Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fablehaven and the Legend of Keepers. Anshanshu is here and ready to challenge the fourth banner. And this banner is the hardest banner I've tried yet. I have died twice already. I took a break, I took a breather, I had a throat lozenge, which I freaking hate those, and I'm ready to give it a third shot. If this doesn't work, we might have to take on some drastic measures. But how I'm going to approach things differently is, in the talent section, we've gone all this support stuff here to make it so we are stronger, or rather more resilient, whenever a blessing is activated, because we're going to be using them a lot. Additionally, today, we're going to go in with the basic settings. We aren't going to reduce my life, because terrible things have happened, and I've died painful deaths. We're also going to have the generic gold gain, so we're going to be broke. Well, comparatively broke. But there's a reason why I think this might be okay.
I will hide here and wait.
As for our promotions here, I like to pick these based off the passive effect. But I also like to have this ability. We do an okay amount of penalties, I think, with this team. Not a great amount. But having extreme compression seems like it could just be good. Could also take this. We do have some spirits. Is there a world where we start doing morale stuff? I really don't know. I think we'll just take this one to get the extreme compression. So as always, I'm going to take a second, and I'll explain what's going on. Okie dokie. So these are our starting monsters that may or may not remain the same. In room 1, we have the skeleton soldier, the Hoplite, our tanky boy. We have Midna, one of my favorite spirits in the entire game. We have Ara to turn on the solar blessing. And in the second room, we have Prostitute, which the ice skeleton is an interesting choice. This could help us open the door into a 50-50 build where we do demoralized and damage stuff. But I've been hesitant to do that on the Shaman because he's not... Even Sarah was better than him at that, so I don't know. Bellicor, the myth, the legend himself. Hopefully he can put in a lot of work. And the star of the banner, Mictlantecutli, the Tlaloc. Mictlantecutli, the Aztec god of death, first showing up on the channel long ago as a blood phantasm. And this name for the Tlaloc is less of a I know you're going to murder everybody, like with the blood phantasm, more of a I hope you're going to murder everybody. Because this is kind of what this banner is pushing you towards. It's like, hey, you have been given an artifact that swaps your blessings at the end of combat turns. That's very important. It is the celestial map, and if a blessing is active once all combatants have taken their actions, it will switch to the other one. And Mictlantecutli has a special attack. I kind of thought this was just a passive, but it's not. It's an attack. It deals 32 air damage, and it will attack for each time a blessing switch has occurred during the dungeon. Attack randomly. So the idea here is to activate a blessing and switch it as many times in as many ways as humanly possible. And then when they get to the second room, Mictlantecutli just destroys them with this. That is not how things have played out for me very well. So I'm going to try and lean into it just because I want to experience this working for myself. But if we fail, or if the door opens, I might just throw Mictlantecutli aside. Our traps are not that great. We have the Ballista. This has been better than I thought it would be. Area of physical damage, which applies broken armor, and the Snake Cannon. This is a new trap that I dislike. It attacks the back with 30 physical damage, applies 3 bleeding. If a hero is killed in that trap room, you get 200% more blood. But it's like, okay, great. As for our first week here, Oh. Alrighty. For once, I have not seen this minion in my first 2 attempts. So, La Chupacabra. I love this spirit so much. He's kind of a glass cannon, but as you can see, he can turn on the Lunar Blessing. There is a world in which La Chupacabra and Ara Ara just like swap the blessings back and forth. This is actually a decent start. Now at the trainer, Mictlantecuhtli is very cheap to upgrade. He's 150 to get to level 3. La Chupacabra is a bit more expensive. La Chupacabra is more reliable, so we might end up falling back on him. But for now, I'm gonna, as I said, I'm gonna try and stick to the plan here. A young man manages to sneak up to you and threatens you with a rusty blade. His face streaked with angry tears, he seeks to avenge his family tortured and devoured before his very eyes. You can gently pat him on the shoulder and show him the exit. Amuse yourself with his suffering, or offer him as a gift to your employees. We're going to torture him. Anshanshu would eat him, but you know. Business trip could be really good. Could also be really bad. There are a few characters here that if it picks them, I'm sad. So let's YOLO. An enthusiast has tracked an artifact to you and would like to buy it for a very attractive price. He seems to carry other similar objects on his person. One of your employees would be able to steal one from him without noticing. He wants my celestial map. I almost sold it to him, just because I've had such a hard time with this banner. I almost did. So before we get into this week, I would just like to explain real quick what's happened. The reason I didn't lower Anshanshu's HP to 350 instead of the 700 we're at right now is because every single time a knight leads the charge and just destroys me. He kills my minions, and then he gets to me and he skewers me.
Is that my blood?
Looks like the Treasure Management Department is going to need a budget increase.
Let me go regenerate.
Dead again? The Lich Doctor will have to do some overtime.
So I'm hoping that this extra 350 hit points helps, and that we can just do our thing and not suffer terribly. So let's see if that's the case. I wasn't able to get the double celestial activation going, and the order of the room here is not great for us. But we'll see what we can do with just the baseline. Because I want to go into this and try and make Mictlantecuhtli work. For what it's worth. So, we are fighting a disciple, a shitty shaman, and a virtuoso. I'm not really concerned about what... Do I just AoE them? That might just be the play. I tried to get to the final talent tier where that just activates a random blessing, but I didn't have enough points. Not a high enough level yet. He has empowered the shitty shaman, Helga. But that's okay. I wanted to have La Chupacabra and Ara Ara together, but unfortunately they're both very squishy, and the shaman and the virtuoso are both doing AoE damage. And the shaman deals fire AoE damage, which La Chupacabra is weak against. And La Chupacabra is also weak against physical AoE damage, which is what the virtuoso does. So, you can see why I didn't want to do it. Our entire team is getting absolutely destroyed, but at least Midnight claimed to kill. The Lunar Blessing is active. I think we're gonna die here. Yep. Well, I tried. So we got 2 activations here, which means we got 2 activations for Mictlantecuhtli. So he's going to deal off 2 random air attacks. Unfortunately, the Virtuoso is going to defend himself, but it's fine. That's not important. 81 damage. Not bad. I know I've talked a lot of shit, McLonticutli, about you. But that damage was kind of respectable. That was under the Lunar Blessing, though. It's important to note, because that's going to change here real fast.
Fire. It hurts. Anakin. Too weak.
Thankfully, Belloquer here is here for the double kill. Well, well. Well, well, well. We have the skeleton scientist. Frederic has joined us once again. There, again, is an argument for the enhanced trap. But, no. No. The skeleton Majorette, who I actually really like. And I use the skeleton Majorette in one of my dead runs here. So I'm kind of inclined to stay away from him, you know. He's cursed, superstition, all that. But if we do get him to level 4, which we might not be able to due to the lesser funds here, he does get 2 dodge, which is pretty nifty. Or the Nagual, who I actually think I'm going to take. I'm going to lean all the way into the blessing swapping. I wasn't kidding. So what did I name him again? He's a Nagual. Did I just do this? Nyamgual. I think I did. That sounds familiar. At the trainer, we're going to get McLonticutli up to level 4. I told you I'm going in. I am committed. And no one can say that I'm not. I don't think we could afford a decent trap at the merchant. At the therapist, we could recover these 3, but I don't think it's worth it, so let's YOLO. It is high time to go through the stockroom. During the cleaning, one of your employees found this strange object. Would you like to take it, auction it, or gift it to the employee for +1 level? The longevity idol. Spirits definitively gain 5 life when they kill a hero. McLonticutli's big weakness is that he has 90 hit points at level 4. How many spirits do we have? McLonticutli, Niangul. I'm changing this to Niangul, like the Nazgul. Ara, Midna, La Chupacabra. It is possible that we could make use of this. But the question is, can I make use of it enough that it makes a difference? Because let's be honest, what is the difference between 90 health and 95 health when you're being attacked by a knight? The answer is there isn't much of a difference, but you know what? We're going to take it. I've never used this before. I kind of wanted to give it to Midna, but it's fine. Good news, everyone! I have created a plague that will destroy all life on Azeroth. That, and the board has declared that due to a great financial period, the company can allocate you extra resources in the form of a trap, a recruit, or cold, hard cash. Okay, there's a part of me that wants this trap, because I hate the snake cannon. Nature weakness, huh? We can't really capitalize on that, so I guess it's cold hard cash. I hate the skeleton magus as well. Lots of hate going around here. You have received a letter from the Monster Training Center offering to train one of your employees for a large amount of gold. The training would take 8 weeks, but he becomes level 2. Now, that means Ara is not here to activate the Solar Blessing, but you know who is. Nyangul. Nyangul is here. I am scared. So I kind of... Here's a question. Do we leave Unhoplite and Midna in the first room to buy as much time as possible? Midna... I feel like Midna should come to the second room, but she also has no nature resistance. My concern is that my backline has no nature resist. So either I keep on Hoplite with the 2 element the two blessing switchers to buy as much time as possible, or I bring on Hoplite back to defend McLonticutely and have some nature resists. What if I could just have a second on Hoplite? Wouldn't that be great? Alright, we'll leave it like this for now, and we'll see how much I come to regret this. Wow, these gold gains are so tiny. But hey, let's go get a third artifact. It came so early this time! The night King Arthur is here, and this is the earliest he's shown up in 3 attempts. But I am terrified. Because remember how I just mentioned we don't really have a good way to stop nature damage? Well, guess who's leading the line? Again. Nature damage. Now, thankfully, I can whirlwind her, and hopefully we can actually just kill her outright. That would be great. But, this is going to be hard. So the Herbalist is up front, who's going to deal nature damage to the back and apply elemental weakness. You may be confused, because an Hoplite is in the back, which means his passive is not in effect. The reason is because he's going to eat the Herbalist attack and the Mamluk's attack. And it's going to be not great. I'm going to go for it. No, I'm not. We're going to kill the Herbalist. I have a plan. Don't worry. Okay, he's gonna live.
Oh, he's not gonna live.
Okay. My plan is really dumb, but I'm gonna do it. We're gonna activate the Sorrow Blessing with Nyangul, which will empower Arthur. Don't one-shot him. Okay, we're alive. And now it's gonna switch because of the Celestial Map, and now we're going to absolutely decimate the Mamluk. Oh. And now La Chupacabra is dead. Okay. I got a second turn. Do I? I do it, don't I? I do. Okay. We Solar Beam again to switch it back to Solar. The King Arthur's going to kill Nyangul. It's going to switch to Lunar. Am I doing it? Have I put the pieces together? La Chupacabra has gained 5 more hit points. So he's at 90, which is cool. Now all that's left is King Arthur. That's it. Do I have fire damage? I have a slight source of fire damage, but you are resilient against it, so I'm not going to care. I'm just going to smack you. And now, with the Lunar Blessing active, and, I don't know, was it 4 switches? I lost count. McLonticutely is hopefully going to pop off. Let's go. Yes! Was it 4? It was. Ooh. We did it. I was going to conduct science here, but unfortunately Bellacore is going to take this kill. Oh. That was stressful. The homeopathic poison. Heroes with less than 50% of their maximum morale lose 30 to all resistances. This would be good. If we were doing morale stuff, which we're not really. The Crystal Skull, 25% chance that monsters defeated come back to life as a skeleton warrior. I think I've used this once, and I was surprised every time it popped. Which wasn't very often, mind you. On the Transmutation Circle, monsters placed at the front deal 2% additional damage per missing life percentage, which is what we're taking. Okay. We did it. I'm going to work out. Typically, I like to say that we're not doing anything with Anshanshu, or any of our heroes, really. I don't like to get them involved. However, I'm going to cry. So what are we looking at? 200 for you, 225 for you. If La Chupacabra can get up to level 4, this could be our emergency backup plan. You saw how much damage he already does with this back attack. It gets disgusting. Okay. And Midnight can also be a decent damage dealer. Black market, is there anyone we want to sell? Nope. I need my team. But therapist could be good. Unfortunately, I can only take the therapist and thank him for his services. Kiitoksia. I didn't read that for some reason. It just kind of skipped through me. A trainee has spilled a burning hot drink on you in front of the blood spice latte machine. Fuck my life. That's 10% of my health gone. You little fuck. Well, let's get some tears and insult him, I guess. Sure. The champion. Now, I almost don't want to say this, but I'm going to. The champion. As long as... You know, I'm bringing in Hoplite's room, too. As long as the champion isn't nature damage, which is where I was going with this, we should be okay. I can tank pretty much anything else. So, sort of. Kind of. I hope. I'm pretty much using Midna's massive health pool. Massive, of course, in comparison. And I'm on Hoplite in the back. Like, Unhoplite, Bellicor, Mictlantecuhtli seems like a good team to me. Frostitude is just here, you know, in case. Alright. The first champion. With a healing well. Of course it's a freaking healing well. Taking that 70 life damage could come back to kill me. We are fighting one of the most terrifying enemies that they can throw at me. The samurai. And what makes the samurai so scary is that if he hits a target with negative air weakness, which by the way he inflicts air weakness on hit, it will ricochet to the entire team. And bad things will happen. Also, he is joined with the Disciple, who's going to be attacking the front with ice, the Onimusha, who will be attacking the front with fire, and he who will be doing that. Dear sweet mother of pearl. Well, I had a plan, and they kind of just deleted it. Oh, yeah. Well, Anshantra's going to have to put in a lot of work. So if I can kill... If I can kill the two frontliners, I might be okay? Maybe? We'll do what damage we can to him, I guess. Oh dear. There was no blessing activated. Oh shit. It's good to know that activating the Lunar Blessing there count for the vulnerability. I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. I can apply burn here. Lunar Bless, this is what... This is my last action. I either YOLO the special or I go with the Lunar Wave again. Let's YOLO. Decent YOLOs. But I don't think it's going to be enough. Wow, this team hurt.
I see you've been well seasoned.
Alright, Anshanshu. Okay, good news. We're gonna get 2 attacks here.
Cooks, bring the garlic and herbs forthwith.
We're also gonna try and kill this guy. I think we're gonna be able to. It switched to the Lunar Blessing.
Didn't hit hard.
Oh,
It switched to the Solar Blessing. Switch to the Lunar Blessing. Okay. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we went through our entire freaking health pool.
To the pantry.
I see it. The Hypnotic Bumblebee slowed also reduces Hero's power by 30. Can we apply slow? No. This would be good, but I don't think we can. Gruesome Surprise. Front, minus 55 morale, applies 3 Terrified. They take more morale damage from attacks and traps. And the Quetzalcoatl. I need you to save me. We saw the Quetzalcoatl in action last time. And this could be really good. Now, the Quetzalcoatl here is going to turn off the blessing, which could be bad. However... yeah, I don't know. There was a however there. I think we level 3 La Chupacabra. The Quack is going to be very expensive to level up. Are you 5 tiers short? Alright, just thank you for the free thing. I didn't read it again. Okay, at the sacrifice, what can we do here? We can amplify that. Can I do it again? No. Can I amplify once per turn? You know what? That's fair. Now what? There is a thing here. This one. Absolute Zero. Apply Ice Weakness. I feel like that could be good. But at the same time... you know, we're just going to unlock it. Just in case. Options, right? It's an AoE effect that applies ice damage and applies ice weakness to everybody. Now... we could go for the veterans here and try and get a master bonus that could be useful to recover our shambles of a health pool. But I think what we're going to do instead is we're going to run it down mid and try and YOLO a trap that I don't hate. I think that's going to be important. Ara has rejoined us at level 4, making him pretty scary, actually. Pretty scary indeed. So what does my frontline even look like here? I think we bring Quack to the back. That can be like an emergency stop, you know? Although... if Quack dies and disables the blessing, curious. Curious indeed. Alright, well, we'll just run with this and we'll see what we can make of it. This should be not too bad. It's only a 1 sword difficulty. It has a disaster to help us out. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay, he says. Before we fight a barbarian, berserker, who's going to attack the front with physical attack, a sage who's going to attack the front with an ice attack, and an invoker who's going to attack the front with a fire attack. Did you see the trend there? Our front line's going to be yeeted and deleted. Now for our first turn, we actually have Midna up front, who is resistant to all 3 of these effects. Our only character, that is. But I still don't think she's going to live more than 1 turn. So, you know, there's that. There's also an argument for turning on the blessing and an argument for not turning it on. And really, I don't know which one I want to adhere to. That was... I suppose that's an argument for... shit. I did this wrong. I'm not going to be able to use Freezing Darkness. If I turn on the Lunar Blessing, it'll empower the Sage, which sucks. But then it will switch to the Solar Blessing next turn. Not ideal. Okay. Not turning on the blessing isn't the greatest thing in the world, though. Because now Mictlantecuhtli is not going to have any of his power. I guess we just turn it on. Yeah, shoot me with fire. Shoot me with empowered fire. We'll switch it. Which is... dumb. Yeah, it was dumb. We live... oh, nope, we're dead. What a weird fight this one was. Sora Blessing is active. Do I get to make use of this in any capacity? No? Nature weakness? No, it doesn't help me. This is going to be strange. I need to kill the Invoker, or at least the Berserker. We got 3 off. And Quack is going first. His thing will be in effect because the blessing is here. That lined up well. This guy might be dead. He's bleeding, poison, burning. Nope. Damn. We're back to Lunar. Ah, shit. He hit the one person I didn't want him to hit. Quack actually has a good amount of fire resist. He has no ice resist, though. So when he dies here, he's not going to come back. Farewell, Quack. Alright. We got 1 kill. And we've lowered them enough for Anshanshu to eat him. Or for Mictlantecuhtli with 100 hit points. Okay. And of course we get a ballista. Okay, I think we can make use of one of these. We have a ballista. This one's level 2. We started with a level 1 one, of course. At level 2, it just does 30 damage instead of 15, which, you know, it is double. The electrical coil attacks the back for 35 air damage and applies air weakness. Ricochets once to another random hero. There is an argument for this, because if we can line up the trap into the promotion spell, we might be able to just absolutely dunk on the person in the back, because our compression thingy does so much damage. Or the Cursed Prism. Applies elemental weakness 4 to all enemies. This doesn't do damage, which is unfortunate, but we can make use of elemental weakness. A lot of use. I have no freaking money. We have the Suck and the Grief Weaver. Are you proud that I remembered her name, Brian? The Suck, huh? You know, I'm not a huge fan of the Suck. A second La Chupacabra. If I'd picked up the Hypnotic Bumblebee, the Bag of Aeolus would actually probably be really good. One more roll. Oh, it's Chad. Alright, we have to take Chad. There's also Kael'thas there, but... the reason why Chad is so good is because of his passive. But I don't know if we're actually going to make use of this. I brought it as an option. He's here in case we need him. He's here to answer the call. An employee found a strange, unlabeled flask while cleaning and is about to drink it without you even checking if it's poisonous. You recognize it as an evolution elixir. Will you let them drink it and gain +1 level, or will you take it for yourself and gain 18 power? What shall we do? I am totally not looking at the Archivist to see what a level 3 boar looks like. This is empowering his area attack. his armor, and his health. The bull has put in a lot of work, hasn't he? Alright. Here you go, Chad. Become level 3. A headhunter is here to show you a promising monster he has spotted on the job market. Do you wish to recruit it? The Jubako. I love the Jubako. But, unfortunately, not happening. Sad face. I should have gotten some tears somehow. Alrighty. I'm gonna do this combat because I need to make sure I'm going to survive it before I end. So this will be the last thing we do today. How do I want to set up for it? And do I actually want to do this the hardest version of this? You know what? I don't. I don't want to do the really hard fight. Not that this fight, the middle fight, seems easier. They're both 3 horned helmets. But this one doesn't give him a resting room, and we have a disaster helping us, and we get a master bonus, which is what I want. Just, you know, in case Anshanshu has to get involved, which is so very unlike me. So, to best facilitate this, what do we want to do? Well, great question. I liked this. The Quack, Mictlantecuhtli, and Be'lakor being together. I liked that. It might be even better with Chad, though. So if we put Chad in the third room to help support this doom stack of sorts, we can put Unhoplite back in the first room. He is slowly dying. And I think we can go with this. Alright. Let's see if we can pull this out. Did somebody order air damage? It's okay. You can fess up. You can say that you did it. Because that's the only thing we're freaking fighting here. A ton of air damage. So I'm gonna see if I can do something about that. We have the Templar up front, who of course deals air damage to the front and applies vulnerability. The Mamluk in the second position, who deals air damage to the back and applies tiredness, and the Valkyrie, who deals air damage to everyone. Did you find the trend? I would certainly hope so. Ah, you're immune to master spells. Well, I'm glad I frickin' read that. We'll apply Ice Weakness in case we get some ice off. I'm trying to think of how much we're going to survive. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to activate the Solar Blessing. And we're going to bite her. Next turn, the Solar Blessing will automatically switch into the Lunar Blessing. And we'll be able to, you know, murder. We're putting the stick through 2 of them. A 2-for-1, if you will. Let's go on Hoplites. Lunar Blessing is active. That means the Valkyrie's going to deal bonus damage. Yep, that's fine. Mostly fine. We'll tire the Templar. And now we do our big hit. 168. Not bad. Unfortunately, now their entire team is empowered. So, you know. That's how this is going to go. Live! Alright. I get one more turn. Fuck yes. Okay. Big brain play. I have 2 plays here. Play 1. I switch the blessing now. And then I use my spell to do the whirlwind and deal damage. Play 2. I make use of the Solar Blessing now to physical attack the Templar. And then switch the blessing with Celestial Betrayment. Or whatever the hell it's called. That doesn't sound right. Celestial Betrayal? That sounds closer. Is betrayment even a word? Let's switch now. It will empower them, but we took advantage of the ice weakness. Now the ballista goes off. Pop. It did no damage. Great. Now. Maybe kill her? Maybe. Not quite. 17 health. And now with the empowered Lunar Blessing, we deal YOLO damage. Oof. You know what I just realized? They're empowered under the Lunar Blessing, right? We've all come to agree with this? Well, I guess I can just keep it here. I can just Typhoon again. Sure. I was going to say, I have to switch it to Lunar Blessing to do an attack with Miglantacutli. But I can just do that. Who cares if it's under Solar Blessing? And look who's going to get the kill. The one. The only. The Quack. Oh. Alright, what do we have here? Oh, max life. Celestial Betrayal. Increases his damage by 11. We might actually be using Celestial Betrayal, so that might be it. Ignition. This is his attack thing. His fire attack. When he's in combat. Oh, I'm going to go with life. I'm going to take the life. Because we're probably going to see a doctor. It's not currently on the menu, but, you know. We'll see it. Get rid of this shit. Take it. I don't want their snake cannon. Okay. And this is where we'll leave it for today. We're already back to 320 hit points. Look at that. Thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. This was the hardest episode I've recorded yet. And I hope that now that we have acquired a backup plan or two, and Miglantacutli is fully operational courtesy of the, how many? 3 celestial swaps we have now? I hope we can carry it all the way to the end. Feel free to let me know if you struggled with this banner, or if you have any pro tips to overcome this. You know, that aren't just don't use the Tlaloc because he's questionable at best. But thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you to the patrons and channel members who support the channel. I greatly appreciate you. If you would like to stay up to date with anything happening on the channel, feel free to join the Discord in the description down below. And my throat is dead. I'm going to go make tea. Bye-bye!